If you're the woman who looks fine to everybody, but you've been quietly running on empty for a long time, this is for you. And if you're only here for loud promises, fast fixes, and big speeches, I don't think I'm your guide tonight. Okay, the woman who looks fine, let me say it gently. I think there's something in you, something steady, something rare that you may have stopped noticing. Not because it disappeared, but because life got loud and you learned how to be responsible. You learned how to be the one who holds it together. You learned how to smile so nobody has to worry. And I feel like the world rewards that kind of woman while also forgetting her. People will praise you for being strong, then leave you alone with your strength. They'll call you independent, then assume you don't need tenderness. They'll say you're so capable, then never ask how heavy it's been. I can almost see the moment you started shrinking parts of yourself. The moment you decided it's safer to want less. The moment you started accepting half love, half attention, half effort, because at least it was something. At least it didn't ask you to risk your heart again. But can I tell you something? I've been holding inside. I don't think you were made for half. Not your heart, not your faith, not the way you love, not the way you show up. You deserve a full life, one where you don't have to beg for basic care or audition for consistency. I see the woman who's tired of being the only one who keeps going. Let me say it quietly. You're not too much. You're not past your time. You're not hard to love. You're just awake now. You can feel when love is thin. You can feel when someone is only taking up space, not bringing peace. This awareness isn't loneliness, it's wisdom. There's a strange thing that happens to good women. They don't doubt their ability to survive, they doubt their right to be cherished. They don't wonder if they're strong, they wonder if they're allowed to be soft. That's a quiet tragedy because you were never meant to live your whole life in survival mode. You were meant to be seen, to be met, to be held with respect. Full love isn't always fireworks. Sometimes it arrives like a steady hand on your back when you're tired, or someone remembering what you said 2 weeks ago. Sometimes it arrives like a quiet text that just says, "Did you eat?" Full love is not a performance, it's a pattern. Look at what repeats. Does their kindness repeat? Or do you only get the best version of them when they're afraid of losing you? If someone only loves you correctly when you're halfway out the door, that's not devotion, that's fear. Stop negotiating with crumbs. Stop calling inconsistency chemistry or confusion mystery. That's not romance. That's your nervous system begging you to stop. I know it's hard because sometimes the person you settled for isn't a villain. They're just unavailable or unwilling to grow. But your heart is not a project somebody gets to practice on. Imagine standing in a kitchen at night, alone, holding your phone, waiting for a promised call that never lands. You start bargaining, wondering if you asked for too much. Sweetheart, that's not love, that's fear. Your old wounds are trying to keep you from being abandoned, but they don't get to choose your future. The future you deserve is leaning your head on someone's shoulder and feeling your body finally unclench. God sees the times you cleaned up your own heartbreak and showed up the next day like nothing happened. Loyalty without reciprocity is self-abandonment. If that line stings, it's because it's true. There's a version of you that knows exactly how many times you showed up alone, how many conversations you swallowed because you didn't want to be difficult. I want that version of you to stop being punished for being kind. I want her to stop being the safe place for people who refuse to become safe for her. Your kindness is sacred. Don't let the fear of an empty couch keep you stuck in half-love. Being alone is not the same as being unloved. Sometimes the loneliest place in the world is a relationship where your feelings are not safe. Solitude can be the doorway back to your own spirit. God doesn't always remove the person. Sometimes He removes the illusion. He lets you see clearly so you can stop bleeding quietly. Clarity is kind. Clarity is kind. You don't need a dramatic exit. You just need one honest decision. Stop chasing what keeps running. Stop explaining your worth to people who benefit from pretending not to understand. Stop hoping potential will become behavior. Potential is pretty, but behavior is real. Take your power back by becoming clear. Ask better questions. Do I feel safe? Do I feel respected? Do I feel calmer after we talk or more anxious? Do they repair when they hurt me? Am I shrinking to stay connected? If the answer is yes, that's your sign. That's God whispering, "Daughter, come back to yourself." Starting over feels like grief because you have to let go of a fantasy, but the bravest love story is the one where you stop betraying yourself. Love isn't maybe, love is steady. It doesn't punish you with silence or use confusion as power. You have permission to stop trying. You have permission to stop carrying. You have permission to stop translating your needs into tiny, polite sentences so someone else doesn't feel uncomfortable. Your needs are not inconvenient, they're human. If you've been living like you're replaceable, please hear me. You're not. Not your laugh, not your warmth, not your deep loyalty. The world can be careless with deep women, but that doesn't mean you should become smaller. It means you should become more selective. Your heart is a home, and you don't let just anyone track mud through it. Tonight, do one small thing that brings you back to yourself. Make tea, take a shower, write down what you've been tolerating. Choose one boundary. A boundary isn't a punishment, it's a doorway. It says, this is where love can enter, and this is where confusion stays outside. Softness is part of your strength, but it must be protected. If you're worried about being too old to start over or ending up alone, remember that quiet is where you hear yourself again. Quiet is where you rebuild your standards without apology. Your home should feel like a sanctuary, not a waiting room. When you reclaim your space, your life becomes lighter. You read a book and remember the pages. You laugh without checking the time. You cook something simple and feel proud because you did it with peace in your body. A woman at peace changes the atmosphere. She changes how people speak to her and how she allows access to her heart. In that way, quietly, steadily, she changes her world. Maybe she becomes the safe place for a partner who's truly grown, or the reason her daughter stops settling. You might outgrow people, and it's going to feel like betrayal, but it's not betrayal, it's growth. When you stop accepting half love, you will disappoint anyone who benefited from you accepting half love. They might call you different. You are. You're acting like you matter. Healthy love won't fear your clarity, it will respect it. God has been protecting you even in disappointment, keeping that small voice alive that says, I was meant for peace. Trust that voice. If you want to, leave a little comment that just says, I'm coming back to myself. No details or explanations needed, just a quiet signal so other women reading it don't feel alone in their kitchens tonight. Thank you for letting me talk to you like this. I'm here quietly and willingly,